From Nashville, Tennessee, inside the Noize podcast with your host, Jenna Hydeman. Here's Jenna.
Welcome back to Inside the Noize. I'm your host, Jenna. I have Brinley Addington here.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Today's National Tell a Joke Day. Do you have a joke prepared?
None that I feel like are appropriate enough to record.
Okay.
Honestly, mine are really just dirty jokes.
I don't have any good jokes either.
Well, good. I'm glad we brought this up.
Okay, so we start each podcast by making some noise about something good that happened this week or in the past month or so. So tell me something good.
Okay, a couple weeks ago we put out a video for my song "No Thanks,"
No
and
way.
yeah, absolutely, and we debuted that on CMT, and it's right now it's number 12 on the 12-pack countdown, which is really cool. And hadn't done a video in a while, so it was exciting to get to do that and for it to come out on CMT. I mean, that's kind of like a dream come true. I used to watch CMT all the time as a kid, so it's kind of cool that
it was
get
on
to partner with them.
Now, are you like awkward on camera? Are you really comfortable? And are you directing your music videos? Do you?
No, I don't direct. This one was really laid back, so I feel like it was one of the more natural things. Like sometimes I don't know what to do, but if I don't, I stop and ask the director. I always like to work with somebody else so they can tell me like, yeah, you put your hands down. Put your hands down, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, this one was really laid back. Basically, the majority of the video was shot at Springwater Dive over in Centennial Park, and it was just I had a bunch of my friends come out and hang out, and that was the most of the video, and I did some performance stuff beforehand, the kind of the singing and playing stuff, and that's where I do feel a little awkward. I'm like, I'm just singing at this one dude in a camera, or lip syncing or whatever you're doing when you're making the video, but I enjoy the process. I enjoyed like scouting places and working out, the treatment for this one. And I just knew it would be fun. So No Thanks is a really laid back and fun song. So it was easy.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Woo!
Make some noise.
Well, I'm excited because my little sister just moved to Nashville.
Awesome.
She has a job and we are roommates.
Good. So she can pay rent.
I'm not making her pay rent yet.
Oh, what a good sister.
Trying to be nice. Instead, I'm putting in requests like, hey, Carrie, I think we need some new pots and pans.
Right.
Maybe we need a nice blender.
A good way to get stuff done. Is she handy?
She is.
So get some stuff fixed around the house and just,
I mean, she moved into my room, and I had bought, like, a shelving unit and a few other things. And I'm like, hey, you can put it together or you can, like, return it. I was out of town. I'm like, whatever you want to do. Everything was put together. It all looked so nice when I got home.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Y'all get along?
Yeah.
Good.
We're cute.
Yeah, okay.
It's all going to be Jenna and Carrie on my Instagram.
Oh, I can't wait.
But I kind of feel bad. We have an older sister, too. We're all 2 years apart, and I'm the middle child. Mm-hmm. And she's at home now without Carrie. So she's like, return Carrie. I'm like, no, she's mine now.
Like, you had your chance.
Yeah, she had it for I've been here for 6 years, and I've had no one, so.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Hey, I'm excited for y'all. That'd be fun.
Yeah, Carrie's going to come on the podcast sometime.
Awesome.
Yeah. She's fun.
Good deal.
Okay, well, before people hear about you from you,
okay,
I'm going to tell them about you via your Instagram feed.
All right. Do a little creeping.
Yes, a lot of creeping. I should have maybe went to your Twitter instead.
Oh, no.
But you recently played the Wrangler Pop-Up Shop.
Sure did.
How was that?
It was awesome. It was a really cool and laid-back show, and it's such a cool store. I wish it wasn't going away. I wish it kind of was here all the time because, I like more classic country stuff, and there's so many cool items in there. Like, I'm not a big shopper, period. But I walked in there, I was like, I could shop in here.
I could. Mall?
Yeah, no.
You look like the kind of guy that'd go shopping almost every day.
No, I don't. I don't do that. About Christmas time and select family members' birthdays is about the only time I shop. And shopping for me, I just kind of usually end up running errands and pick up stuff like, oh, okay, I'd like that. But I would go down there and spend some time. So I know it's about to leave, so I guess I better get down there. But
I really want to go before they close. I keep seeing they've done really cool things. They have artists come and play, and I don't know. I just really want to go.
Yeah, I played down there with a couple buddies of mine, and we had a blast. I mean, it was really laid back, and the staff's great, and they take great care of you. And they have a bar in there, which is great.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to go to the store.
So be careful drinking and shopping. You'll come back with a bunch of stuff you don't need, but
Yeah.
you know, it's all pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So you could do worse.
Well, that's cool. You've also played Whiskey Jam this year.
I have.
Was that your first Whiskey Jam, or did you play before
Oh,
that?
I've been playing Whiskey Jam. I think since the first year they did. I think they just had their 6th or 7th anniversary.
Yeah.
You know, Ward is a good friend of mine, and we just actually did a radio show with WSM together too this year,
Oh,
and
so cool.
that was really cool. I love that institution and what it does for, you know, aspiring, you know, new to town people and people that have been in town for a while, and it's just such a great hang. And what it does for musicians, I think, is really important too. I think it's just, again, laid back and all based around fun. And I don't know, I love playing Whiskey Jam.
Yeah, I love going. I'm not a late night person though, so I like going if my friends are playing earlier in the night.
Right.
I like getting out of there before it gets too crazy.
I always feel like I'm last. Like for some
Really?
reason, I end up like, oh, he'll go last. Like
I-
it's been this like running joke. It's like, why do you always put me last?
I feel like everyone usually tells me, like, "Hey, we're playing at 9 tonight. Get there."
Right.
And I get there and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we're not going until 10:30." And I'm
Right.
like, 10:30.
It's very fast and loose. They
10:30. That's so late.
It's so fun though. Like it's just kind of like, hey, just hop up there, have a few drinks, let down your hair a little bit, and play some songs. I don't know. It's just a fun atmosphere.
I need to bring my little sister to one. She's never been to Whiskey
Oh,
Jam
she'd
before,
love it.
so yeah, they have their big outdoor series coming up,
Yeah,
and so I'm excited about
bunch
that.
of cool ones coming up.
So you recently were in another town.
California.
No, you're at the Bristol Pirates game,
Oh yeah,
and you met a woman named Amy.
I did.
That's what I found on your Instagram.
Wait, what?
That's what I found.
Oh, that's right. Yes, she was amazing. She was
I'm
so
just
sweet.
creeping on you.
Yeah. Oh wow, you went deep.
No, so I found out most of this information from your tagged photos.
Oh, okay.
So-
So we're playing that game.
Yes, I just went to your tagged photos and I
Okay.
scrolled through those.
Yes, Amy was really sweet. We were talking before the game. Like I hadn't done an anthem in a while, and I kind of was getting nervous.
Oh,
Hey, that's the only song you can't mess up.
Yeah.
Like you cannot come back from messing up the anthem.
no.
So I was just super nervous. I was standing there talking to her, and she's, you know, I'm from Kingsport, which is not far from Bristol, and so she's just like good, like hometown people, and I just stood there and talked to her, and like it was great. It's what I needed before I went out there. And,
Yeah.
I'm an Atlanta Braves fan, and it was Dale Murphy night. You know, he's a Braves legend, and he was standing a few feet from me. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, like starstruck, and which I didn't even get to talk to him. Like by the time it was okay for me to talk to him, they had took him out on the field, and then they took me out on the field and took him off the field, and all this stuff. So I didn't even get to meet him, but it was a really cool night. And
Yeah,
but I was that's the only time I get nervous before singing is playing the anthem.
I would be so scared.
Yeah, it's like you screw this up, you're gonna end up on YouTube. And I looked
Yeah,
up.
you will.
You know, I always kind of keep my eyes closed to like stay focused and, you know, on the song so I don't mess the words up. And I looked up at one point, you know, because there was a delay, and I was just kind of making sure I was in the right spot. And I looked up, and people are videoing it. And it's like, I think people do it now just so they can, if somebody flubs it up,
The
you
nail
know, it
will
says
have
in the
their, like,
Rockets red hair or something like that, you know, you're going to go on YouTube,
and then they'll have their like.
you know,
They'll
15
blow up,
minutes
yeah.
of fame. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm glad I didn't mess it up. And then the last thing I creeped on is you opened for Aaron Watson.
Yeah.
He is one of my favorites.
He's awesome. It was first time I'd actually gotten to see a show, let alone open. So that was really great. It was out in Hays, Kansas, in this cool old theater, and he and his band were super cool. And you know, it's country music. People just loving country music, so it's cool to like.
Texas. Is it a different fan base when you play for someone who's from Texas, like open for like an Aaron Watson, than it is if you open for Thomas Rhett? Like just the Texas
I think so.
country fan base, is that different?
I think so. Well, you definitely see a lot more like cowboys and farmers and that
Mhm.
kind of thing. And not that you don't at those other concerts, but I feel like this is a little bit more for the guys, like almost.
Okay.
Like, you know, there were plenty of girls there too, but I don't know how to describe it, but there is something different. And you see more cowboys and farmers, but I can't put my finger on it.
I know. I think there's
That's an
something
interesting
different,
question.
And I don't know if I've put my finger on either, and I've attended both.
Right.
So I do think it's a different crowd. I just
There's-
think you guys, if like people who play both or with both, notice a difference.
Yeah, like some of the stuff we've done with other folks, you know, And maybe it's just the style of music, and like
Uh-huh.
you play your thing, and then you're hearing what everybody else is doing, and like I always go out and watch because I always enjoy. You can always learn something from watching another performer that's been doing it longer than you or at a higher level. I think so. I go out and watch, and sometimes it just feels different. And this was one of those things.
It just felt different.
And all these people, came from all over, drove a couple hours. And I think that's part of it. And I know people do that all the time for country shows, and especially the big ones. But yeah, there's just a little something different, and it's really cool. All the people were super nice and really like present, and everybody was drinking and having a good time. But like everybody was like really invested in this music, and it made me feel I'm just up there with a guitar, and they made me feel like super welcome, and like I was glad to be there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's intimidating, but sometimes it's just like, well, go out there and have fun.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, that's what I know about you.
Okay.
Via your Instagram feed. Now you can just give us the story of you.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Kingsport, Tennessee, which is up near Bristol and Johnson City, the Tri-Cities. And I've been here about 10 years, and I've been writing and playing ever since I've been here, and started out playing on Broadway and, getting out in the Tin Roof circuit for a while, and, went out on the road, opened for a bunch of people there for a little while, and, took a break from the road actually for a couple of years. I got kind of burnt out, and after a couple of years of just writing, I really figured out what it was that I wanted to do. I found this, I was just like, what do you like the most? And I love 90s country.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want to make music now that sounds like that, and that sounds modern, but is like a tip of the hat to all that great stuff that came out in the 90s that like made me love country music. And so that's what, this 2 years taught me how to write that and find that and listen for that when I was listening to other songs. Like, okay, what about this makes it 90s, and how do I keep it current, and, that kind of thing. So that's been my journey. And, we put a new record out in April called Songs from a Bar. And the single off of that was No Thanks, and, which we did the video for. And it's been a lot of fun. And, just kind of not touring for 2 years and not really making music for myself or anything. I was trying to write and trying to learn and become a better writer and get to know myself better as an artist was one of the best decisions I ever made. And it made me, even hungrier for, the dream I came here with.
Yeah. Now, in those 2 years of being here writing, was writing your full-time job, or did you have to do other gigs?
It was my full-time job. I was very lucky to have a publishing deal and get to focus on it every day. And it really helped, like when I first got here, I was kind of doing a lot of different things and juggling a publishing deal, a part-time job, and playing the road, and having friends, girlfriends, whatever, and just was girl. Well, one at a time. Nobody needs two at a time. It's too much work. But wow. But yeah, I was just going all the time. So it was nice to have like a dedicated. This is my job. This is what I get up and do every day. And, it's like, working out. It's like, you build up a muscle. You the more you work out, the more in shape your riding muscle is. And that was what doing it every day did for me. And I'm really grateful, that the folks that advised me to do that did.
Yeah, and you got your EP from it.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have a cut by
Tyler Farr. Yeah.
And the song is
I Should Go to Church. You did all this research. Yeah, it's called I Should Go to Church Sometime, and it was my first cut and first single, which is really cool. That came out. I had some things cut before, but it was the first one to come out, and it just, I'm so proud of that song. It has a message, and those are the kinds of songs that I'm drawn to.
Right.
Tell me something, make me feel something, and it's kind of weird to think about it with that song, but even listening to it now, it makes me feel something. And remember the day we wrote it and how I felt when we walked out of that room. We're like, oh crap, we really got on something today. And you don't have days like that every day. And I knew that was a special song, and I'm grateful to Tyler and everybody that was a part of it for cutting it and giving my first cut and single. It's crazy. Yeah,
it's exciting. Did you ever think that was a song you wanted to keep, or did you know that you were gonna pitch it out?
I think I was kind of in awe of it, how it came together, and it came together really quick. I wrote it with my friends Michael Hardy and Sarah Turner, and I remember Sarah brought the idea in, and as soon as she said it, me and Michael were just like, oh my gosh, we have to write that. And I think and we played it for everybody. We were on a writing retreat, and we came out and played it for everybody, and everybody was just like, oh, man, that's so good. And I was just like, I kind of was afraid of it a little bit. And, you know, I grew up a Christian, too, with, like, a song like I should go to church sometime. You know, I was like, I'm not scared of that message. I would absolutely sing something like that. But at the time, I was, you know, I hadn't been going to church very much, and I wasn't taking my own advice, and I don't know. I felt a little odd about it, and like, you know, while I was thinking about it, we got the call because we were looking for songs for my record at that time, and we got the call that Tyler wanted it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool. And I've told other people this, like when I was thinking about, well, who might sing this, he wasn't one of the people I thought of, but when I heard that, I was like, that's going to be so cool. His delivery, the emotion in his voice, and he's a great singer and entertainer, and it just ended up working out great. But yeah, I play it live in my live set, and it's cool. Fun. It's a cool moment, like to even just for me, it's like kind of a moment where I just am playing for myself and just kind of have an inner, you know, kind of not reflection. It's not the word, but like it's a moment for me to like kind of stop in the middle of the set and kind of take notice of what's going on and like appreciate what's going on around me.
Yeah, and it's cool for the fans too, because you are newer and they might have heard Tyler's song and be like, oh my gosh, he wrote that. Like, let me hear more of him. Yeah.
Well, you were just talking about that Aaron Watson show. It's like I hadn't done a show in a minute, and I went out there, and I needed a little longer set than I normally play, and so I put that in. Yeah. And normally it's 4 or 5 songs, and you got to get out of there. But I had a whole hour, and I was like, okay. So I played a bunch of stuff that I had written for other people, and I played that when I looked out, and I'm kind of like, again, that's my moment to kind of be thankful. And I look around, people are singing, and it's cool. It's the best feeling in the world, especially as a new guy. Like you're kind of like, well, nobody knows who I am. I'm just lucky to be here, and it's like, wow, they actually heard this song. Something that I wrote has reached more than my publishers and my parents. Hey, Mom, check this out. Yeah. It's gotten farther than that, so that's what makes me happy.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to play us one of your songs?
Sure. This is a song off the new EP. It's called "Songs from a Bar." They say write what you know, and a couple of years ago I'd done a lot of research on bars. At least that's what I told myself, or I was just at them all the time. So that was we were looking at songs to make this record, and we didn't intend to make kind of a concept EP, but kind of what it ended up being our favorite songs were drinking songs. So I was like, man, this would be a cool little snapshot of where we're at right now, or we're at that time, and I'm proud of this one. It's called Better on a Bar Stool. Somewhere under the neon sun, there's a goodbye 9 to 5, 2 for 1. Little hole in the wall there we crawl in, pour some long neck bottles on a short weekend. There's a blonde bartender that always remembers my name and what I'm drinking, never asks me what I'm thinking. Cold beer's colder and the clock ticks slower. Get the monkey off your back and the weight off your shoulders. Girls coming over, gonna take another shot. Dance floor spinning like a needle on a jukebox. From my Friday night point of view, the world looks better on a bar stool. The game's always on ESPN. A bunch of out-of-towner bachelorettes walk in. The whole world stops, and just like that, I'm sending Bama Slammers to the table in the back. And the cold beer's colder and the clock ticks slower. Get the monkey off your back and the weight off your shoulders. Girls coming over, gonna take another shot. Dance floor spinning like a needle on a jukebox. From my Friday night point of view, the world looks better on a bar stool. All my boys are playing pool, but I ain't getting off his stool, 'cause the best seat in the house is where I'm sitting now. The cold beer's colder and the clock ticks slower. Get the monkey off your back and the weight off your shoulders. Couple girls coming over, taking the shot. Dance floor spinning like a needle on a jukebox. From my Friday night point of view, the world looks better on a bar stool. Yeah, the world looks better on a bar stool. Yeah. Woo.
What are some of your favorite bar stools in town?
Like brand of bar stool?
Yes.
I really like the one that Rubbermaid makes. Favorite bars in town. The one I'm at probably the most, well, it's probably a tie between Red Door and Winters.
Conveniently located next to each other.
Absolutely. Walking distance, stumbling distance as we call it. But I've always just I'm not a big like fancy bar person. And like every now and again it's nice to go get a nice cocktail somewhere at like the Sutler or, you know.
Do you like the Sutler?
Yeah, it's a good vibe. But I'd rather go around the corner and go to Melrose Pool Hall. That's more my speed.
Okay.
And like, you know, I said we shot the video for No Thanks in Springwater, which is just a dive, and you know, and Melrose used to be a lot more of a dive, but we actually shot my album pictures at Melrose. So
I did like your album pictures.
Thank you very much. I had nothing to do with it other than I was in them. There was Marissa Boris took those pictures, and she's amazing. So yeah, I've always been a fan of holes in the wall and little dives and honky tonks and that kind of thing. I try to stay away from downtown, but you know, what with the giant influx of people, I just kind of like to sit somewhere where I can have a conversation with somebody and that kind of thing. So to me, you know, those little hole in the walls where there's not just like a band screaming all the time, and you know, working in music, sometimes like people don't understand. It's like we get kind of like that's our job. We love it. It's our passion. It's our calling. It's our God-given, you know, talent that we love and enjoy, and we're so grateful for. Sometimes you just want to like eat dinner or like have a beer and not hear that, or just listen to a recording.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of funny sometimes, but you know, all my buddies, we all just seems like we're in Midtown all the time.
I'm surprised I haven't seen you there.
I know. Maybe we have, and we just didn't know, you know.
When you go to a bar like Red Door, I usually spend all my money on the jukebox there. What are your go-to songs that you play at a bar on the jukebox?
At a bar. If we're at Red Door, my friend Ryan Beaver's song "Dark" is on the jukebox. Ooh. And he gets embarrassed when it comes on, so that's usually the first thing I play at Red Door. Well, that is actually one of our favorite things to do is like Winters or Red Doors, like kind of come in and take over the jukebox. We were at Winters not long ago, and me and 4 or 5 other people like pooled our money and we took over, played, and we said nothing but 90s is what we said. So we were playing, you know, early
90s. That's a good playlist name.
Yeah, absolutely. You can steal that. It was all.
It's got to be in your accent though.
Nothing but 90s. It's like a bad radio show.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to Nothing But 90s. Yeah, we played, you know, early McGraw, Garth,
Ooh.
George Strait, Alan Jackson, all my favorites, Travis Tritt, Tracy Lawrence. It was all just that great era of stuff that made me love country music.
You just said early McGraw. Next week on the podcast, I'm having the guy who wrote something like that. The barbecue stain t-shirt.
That's
song.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
That'll be
so
so
an hour
good.
of just talking about that song.
Really?
That's what I want.
Can I just come watch?
Yes.
Like just don't mind me. I'll be in the corner.
I'm gonna come in like a white t-shirt with
Right, barbecue stain.
and like a denim skirt.
Oh my gosh.
I'm ready.
Oh, you got to get beads because you're headed down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
Oh.
See,
I'm gonna come like ready to go.
This dude's
He's
gonna
walk in here and be like,
hey, that's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to listen to that one. Yeah, I don't know that era of music, and like early McGraw like really was like one of my favorite, and like I love his new stuff too, but which is kind of funny. Like he's been around now to say like there's early McGraw and there's like current McGraw or like middle McGraw or like whatever. So, but he's made so many great records, and that early stuff just really got me. I just like this. I've always liked the songs he's recorded. He cuts these great, powerful, moving ballads, and he cuts these really fun, relatable, just like the barbecue stain thing.
Yeah.
Like, just like that is a memory in itself. It's a songwriting thing, but it's like, man, what a picture.
Yeah.
He's a great at cutting very visual songs, which is what I love.
I'm pretty sure I listened to Set the Circus Down, that album.
My favorite McGraw record.
Oh, wait.
Period.
It was great. And I feel like I had this, like, alarm clock next to my bed, and I'd always play it, like, going to sleep and waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
That was the album.
What was your favorite song on that record?
It started with Cowboy and Me.
Yeah. Great song.
What's your favorite song on that record?
I'm
trying to think. I want to say one of them, but I don't know if it was on that record.
The one that I always came back to, and I think I was just being young and emotional about some breakup or something, but it was that Forget About Us song.
Ooh, I do really like that one. Let me see. I'm pulling it up right now. He has so many albums. The Cowboy and Me. Ooh, I like. Okay, so I like them all. Why We Said Goodbye. That's what I was
yeah, that was the one I was trying to think of just now.
It is the finisher on that album. I didn't know if it was on there or not. But that one's just so sad.
It is, but again, I love songs like that. Those are the ones that
songs, yeah, and that is one of my favorites.
You Get Used to Somebody was another one that was a good one on there. I'm not just pulling this off the top of my head. For those listening, I had to actually look this up.
Yeah, no, Why We Said Goodbye. Yeah, You Get Used to Somebody.
Angry All the Time is one of my favorite songs of his period, but Forget About Us was my favorite from the record. I like that Telluride song too. It's fun.
Yeah. It made me want to go to Colorado.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
As a kid.
Like terminally made me want to go there. It's like I'm going to go live.
In Telluride.
Yeah, just,
Yeah, great album.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, McGraw.
Absolutely. We'll have a listening party sometime.
All right. At Winners, we're just going to play the album.
Oh, yeah. People are like, man,
track.
somebody really loves Tim McGraw.
Someone's also really sad.
Yes,
a lot of the songs were sad on that
It's kind
album.
of a darker record,
yeah.
but I never got that vibe. Like I was just thought, oh, what a great song! Oh, what a great song! And I think people today, like everything, like if it's even remotely slow, it's like, oh, that's a sad song,
right?
And I'm like, no, it's moving, it's powerful, and like people don't want to be moved anymore. Like they're,
they just want it to.
They just want to feel good or like not have to think about it. And I know I'm a songwriter, so it's like I want to be moved. I want to dissect it. I want to like jump in, like feel the emotion of it. And some people are just like, I don't have time. I just want something to listen to in the shower on the way to work, and not get bummed out for the rest of the day. It's like sad songs make me happy.
They make me happy too. And I go on road trips with friends, and I will I am like the controller of the radio. Like I can't give it up. And I will play sad songs, and they're like driving, like, we're gonna fall asleep. These are terrible road trip songs.
You can't do it at night. That's my thing. Is like I remember, like even on the road, like usually at night, like all the guys are trying to fall asleep. If I'm driving the late shift, it's like, well, that's what I want to listen to. And then I'm like, oh, this is a bad idea. I got 4 other people in here I'm gonna run off the road with because I was listening to Forget About Us. Break up in the end. What a song.
I love that song.
Yeah, I wore that song out.
Yeah, I did too. I listened to it a lot when it first came out. Heard it on the radio the other day again. I'm like, I forgot about the song already, and it just came out like 2 months ago.
I know it's amazing. Like I so love that he cut that song, and a couple friends of mine wrote it, and very excited for them. But it's such a well written song, and again, it's one of those visual songs that takes you to these places, and that maybe you've been before or haven't been, but like even if you, which I think everybody's had their heart broken, and everybody's broken up with somebody, and it takes you to those places, and I think that's an amazing song that can transport you somewhere else or make you see the music video in your head, and those are the songs I love.
I like those too, like where you can visualize the music video in your head. But then sometimes I watch the music video and I feel like it ruins the song because it was just a different story than what I thought.
Like, well, she'll let me direct it.
But you want to play us another song?
Yeah, I'll play it. This is a new one that some people would call a sad song, but I really like it. I don't think it's sad. I think it's kind of sweet. Well, I mean, masculine and tough. Girl, I know you gotta go. You got boxes in the car. I don't want to hold you up. I don't want to make it hard. No, there ain't nothing wrong. You just got somewhere to be. I knew when I signed on, you had to leave. So go ahead, girl, spread your wings. Do what you gotta do, wherever that might lead. I'll be right here waiting on you. I ain't trying to change your mind. Ain't gonna stop you in your tracks. Ain't trying to make you stay. I just want you to come back. Find the end of every road. Make a wish on every star. Wherever your heart goes, just know mine ain't too far. And I'll leave that porch light on, in case there's something that you miss and you wanna come back home. But until then, go ahead, girl, spread your wings. Do what you gotta do, wherever that might lead. I'll be right here waiting on you. I ain't trying to change your mind. Ain't gonna stop you in your tracks. Ain't trying to make you stay. I just want you to come back. Wanna see you touch the sky. Grab hold of all your dreams. When it comes to you and I, where you are, don't change a thing. So go ahead, girl, spread your wings. Do what you gotta do, wherever that might lead. I'll be right here waiting on you. No, I ain't trying to change your mind. Ain't gonna stop you in your tracks. Ain't trying to make you stay. No, I ain't trying to make you stay. I just want you to come back. Come on back.
Now, what is that song? Is that song a reflection of your life, or did you write that with anyone?
I wrote it by myself.
Okay.
And it is a reflection of my life. It was in a long distance thing earlier this year, and that was kind of shortly after she left. I wrote that, and you know, it's something when somebody you care about a lot, you know, gets an amazing opportunity. You know, sometimes you can't do anything but let go.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was kind of where I was at. I was trying to, you know, as much as I wanted her to stick around here, you know, she had an amazing opportunity, and I you know, we try to make it work long distance and everything. And, but that song to me was just about, you know, hey, go do what you need to do. I'm going to be here. And,
that's so sweet.
And I thought at the time, like, you know, I started writing it with the intent of taking it and finish it with some buddies, but the night I wrote it, I was just hanging out at the house. I was actually cleaning my house, and I started writing some stuff down. I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. I'll come back to this. And then I was in the middle of doing dishes. I was like, oh, there's that second line. And I don't write a lot by myself.
Yeah.
But that was just, I guess, so close to home, and I was just feeling that because I think it had been a couple of weeks after she had been gone, and I was just like, of course, thinking about it constantly. And yeah, that actually kind of brought me back into having confidence in writing by myself again. It's like, I got this song done, and I thought, you know, you do what you do, you play it out, and everybody's like, oh, that's really cool. And I was like, well, yeah, like, and it's one of the more personal songs I've ever played. And I haven't ever really talked about what it's about, but it's. Is there,
like, are you ever scared or nervous to, like, open up and be that vulnerable?
Parts of it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm a pretty open person. Like, if something happens to me, I don't mind to talk about it. I just haven't really talked about that a whole lot since it ended. But it's, you know, it's a part of who I am. It's a part of my story. It's a part of what makes me me. And, you know, I wanted, you know, that song now, even though it didn't work out like it was supposed to, or I thought it was going to. I'm not supposed to, but it didn't work out. But like, I've got this song, and I was like, I still love this song, and and it takes me to that place. And even though that's a long time ago, like, it's still nice to feel those feelings a little bit every once in a while and tell that story. Because again, it's something I feel like everybody's dealt with, and I feel like people have had to say goodbye to people, and whether that's a girlfriend, boyfriend, or husband, wife, or mom, dad, sister, brother, whatever, is like, I'm not trying to keep you here, but I hope you come back. It's a kind of a selfish thing. It's like, go do what you need to do. I'm going to be right here. I hope you come back. Yeah. But if you don't, I'm still going to be here. And I think that was just what I wanted to get out. And, sometimes I have a hard time saying out loud what I think, but it's easier to say it in a song. So that's kind of what this song ended up being.
Now, has that girl heard this song?
She has. I sent it to her right after I read it, trying to be sweet, get brownie points. But, yeah, she liked it.
How did she respond?
She sent me a really nice, actually wrote me a nice letter, I think, or a text or something, but it was really sweet and told me how much she appreciated it.
Because I do feel like being in that position of getting a song written about you and then hearing it, you're kind of like sitting there probably like...
Yeah.
Like, how do I respond back?
I don't know how I would respond. Yeah. To my knowledge, I've never had a song written about me, or maybe I've heard one and I didn't know it.
Yeah.
But, mine would probably be about how I pissed somebody off. But, yeah, I don't know how I'd react.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, oh.
Yeah.
So it could be a little awkward, but I know that she knew that I was doing it from a place of caring a whole lot. So that I knew when I sent it. Like, I finished it. I listened to it a couple times, and, I did what I always do. I turned it into my publisher, and I, sent it to her. And, I knew that I was doing it from the right place. And so, anyway, that's the most I've ever talked about this song. It's kind of exciting.
It's like therapy.
Yeah, a little bit. How much do you charge? Do I have to pay for this?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to start charging a fee.
Yeah, I'm going to lay down on that couch right there and just tell you about my childhood.
I actually had this idea today because I heard a song, and I was like, this girl just put out a song, and her name's Morgan Johnston, and it's called, it is called Good Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to it, and I'm like, I think that, like, most girls have been there. It's about, like, it's a song that she wrote, and it's like her friends told her this guy wasn't good, but she's like, I'll swear forever that he's a good guy. No matter what he did, like, I'll swear. I'm like, I feel like I need to have this girl, and I feel like we both need a therapist to sit in here with us.
Right.
And talk to us and, like, have a therapist on the phone.
This is what's wrong with this. Go ahead, call her. Yeah, like, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Or, like, have, like, a bar expert call in.
Right.
And, like, for, like, because your song's from a bar, I should find the bar expert, like, the guy that goes and, like, redoes the bars.
Oh, was that called Bar Rescue?
Yeah, like, he should be a featured, like, phone call. We should call him and talk to him.
Yeah, absolutely. But what do you think of this bar? He'd probably hate all the bars. He would think he would need to rescue half of the bars I go to.
Probably.
Yeah, but, no, that's interesting. Like, and you have those things with people that you're in touch with. And, yeah, maybe it goes terribly and you have a horrible, terrible breakup. But, like, for whatever reason, you can't be mad at the person.
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
well,
we went deep on that one.
Transitioning out. Let's go to confessions. We'll lighten it up a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Oh, I have to go? Okay, the email said, like, something embarrassing or just something weird.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something I think's weird about myself, is that I only use green toothbrushes. Like, why?
Why?
I don't know. For as long as I can remember, I mean, like, I know when I was a kid, I had, like, Batman, Superman toothbrushes, and then, like, I guess I had some before, but somewhere in, like, middle school or high school, I got this particular brand of Oral-B toothbrush that I really liked, and green ones. Right. And, if we're at the store and I was like, I need a new toothbrush, I went and got a green one. And, when I got out on my own, like, I'd go to the store and I would look extra hard, and they quit making this toothbrush. So naturally I panicked. And so, like, I heard, like, I was asking, I was like, hey, y'all don't have any more of these toothbrushes? He's like, we have a few more, but they're discontinuing them. And for whatever reason, some dentist got mad and, they got to make
it was one recommended out of two of the
right.
five
Well,
businesses.
people love something, so naturally they have to take it away. But, I was so bitter.
And there was only green ones being sold.
Yeah, it's like this one guy in Tennessee just keeps buying up our toothbrushes. But I went in the store one time, and when I heard after this, like I heard that they were discontinuing. I went to some random Walgreens, and they had like 6 of them, and I bought them all, and probably somewhere else too. Like I think I was at Walmart one time. Like I was just getting toothpaste, didn't even need a toothbrush. Like, oh, there's that kind I like, better get it. And I had almost a drawer full. I'm like, I love this toothbrush, but it's not even about that because I've moved on from that thing. But it's like they have to be green. Even like my little travel toothbrush is green. I don't know why. It's like maybe it's a soothing color. Or I'm just used to it. But yeah, it's it's like a very real thing. Like if I forgot my toothbrush, like going on a trip, and I had to buy one to get through the trip, sure, that's fine. But as soon as I get home, that's going in the trash.
You gotta get a green one.
I gotta get a green one.
I'm impressed that it's lasted this long.
Yeah, I mean, at least since middle school.
Like started like 3 years ago, but it's been since middle school.
Yeah, it's a real and I don't know the reason. It's not green's not necessarily my favorite color. You know.
Have you tried buying a different color since then?
Yeah, I somewhere I was on the road a couple years ago. Like I just left my toothbrush, and we were in a hurry, and I just had to grab one, and they didn't have any green ones, and I was just like, I just got to get a toothbrush to get me through the weekend. It's a little weird. Like I was aware of the fact that it wasn't a green toothbrush, so I don't know. It just made my hygiene situation weird for a second, and that sounds weird. I shouldn't have said that. Oh man. But yeah, no, I was just brushing my teeth like, something's not right. But got home, got the Old Faithful back, and everything was fine.
Oh, well, that is a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to send you a whole
Your
package
turn.
of green toothbrushes now.
Great. I'll use them.
I do have a thing against toothbrushes. I don't.
Yeah, against toothbrushes?
Against toothbrushes. So, my ex-boyfriend, every time he would get mad at me, he'd throw away my toothbrush. Because he would like get mad and throw it away.
What?
Like, because I would stay there, so then he'd throw away my toothbrush. Because he'd be like,
that's kind of cold.
I'm throwing it away. So there was one time we had a huge fight, threw away my toothbrush, and I'm like, okay, that's it. And then like we reconciled, and he was like, let's go buy you a new toothbrush. And I was like, this is the last.
That's interesting.
I'm like, this is the last one. When this toothbrush is gone. It's over.
It's over.
And we broke up, and I went to get my stuff, and I like took the toothbrush and threw it away in the trash. I'm like, that's it.
Oh, that's a power move too. It's like, did you see what I just did?
Like,
I threw it away this time.
Because I went to get my stuff, and he still had the toothbrush. I'm like, oh, he doesn't think it's over, but it is.
Wow.
So I took the toothbrush, put it in his own trash so he would see it.
There's so much symbolism in toothbrushes.
The damn toothbrush.
It's a powerful instrument that we just don't give enough credit.
You have to have a certain color.
Right. It could signal the end or the beginning of a relationship.
Yeah.
That's just interesting to me though. It's like, why that?
I don't know
it's
why.
It's like, hey, you don't have a toothbrush here anymore.
Yeah, that's like, it was, I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I
just have a thing against toothbrushes now. Like, I don't ever want to have another one at someone's house.
Right.
Because I'm afraid they're going to throw it away.
Oh. We do need a therapist in here. The more you say that.
I'm like, oh, I can't leave a toothbrush anywhere because they're going to throw it out. And then I guess, like, we aren't friends or, like, I can't come over anymore.
Relationships with people and their toothbrushes. That should be a podcast all by itself.
It should.
We would have at least 2 episodes. The analysis of why I have to have a green toothbrush and then the relationship analysis. We'd have at least 2 episodes.
We'd have at least 2. I think we'd get some more.
Yeah, we could, like, squeeze out, like, 3 or 4 more, maybe.
And some other. We'd probably get some really weird.
Yeah, I think it's almost opening a door.
It would get weird.
I almost don't want to know why it's got to be green toothbrushes. Like, there might have been, like, some traumatic incident where, you know, there was, I don't know, or some weird, like, attachment issue that I don't know that I have, that if we open the box, it's out, you know?
It's just going to go, yeah. I don't think we should.
Great idea. We shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't do it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Okay, well, mine. Did you fly home from St. Louis the other day?
Yes, I did. It was after the Aaron Lewis show.
I was on your flight.
Oh, really?
And I saw it was you. Well, I didn't know if it was you or not. So I was sitting in the airport, and I was on my phone, and I was trying to airdrop you a weird photo, but I couldn't find you on airdrop. So I couldn't.
I turn it off sometimes. Because, you know, like, people will do that on planes. Like, I have a friend who'll just randomly airdrop a picture of just, like a thumbs up or, like, smiling. And, like just to watch people react.
Yeah. Well, that was what I was trying to do. Because, like, you're sitting there, I'm like, that looks kind of like him.
That was me.
But it was you, but I couldn't find you on airdrops. I'm like, maybe it's not him. Maybe it's his Paul, or maybe it's Chris, or maybe it's...
Yeah, so you just started airdropping random people?
No, I just, like, was scrolling through the airdrop. I kept refreshing it, too, because I'm like, oh, he just got 5 feet closer to me. Maybe he's on here now. So
it was coming back to Nashville?
It was coming back to Nashville from St. Louis.
Yeah. That's wild.
You know, I was going to sit by you and, like, creep you out, too, so you'd walk into the interview and be like, that was the weird girl from the plane.
That would have been amazing. That's like the long play joke.
Yeah, like, if you would have walked in and you just would have been like...
oh, no.
Yeah. The thing is, like, you wouldn't have known it was a joke. You would have just been like, that girl needs...
Or,
like...
therapy.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm such a fan of the long play joke, but, like, I know when I'm on a plane, like, I have to sit by the aisle. Just like,
you were in an aisle seat.
Yeah, was I? Well, duh. It's worse early check-in. So
I was going to sit in your middle seat.
Yeah. And I was trying to keep anybody from making eye contact and taking the middle seat. So I was like head down, probably had my sunglasses on. It was like 7 at night.
Yeah, it was nighttime.
You know, and just try not to talk. It's my move, because it worked on the way out there. I got the middle seat open and could stretch out a little bit. And it's always the worst, like, till you get somebody on the plane, like their elbows are everywhere. And like the guy I ended up sitting next to me, which now I'm starting to see that, you know, you sitting next to me wouldn't have been as bad as this guy. He was just spread all the way out. He wasn't a big guy or anything. He was just like taking up his sweet space, and I'm just sitting there like leaned out in the aisle. And
then you bump everyone in the aisle.
Yeah, I know they get hit with the drink cart
every time.
You know, I'm trying to fall asleep, which I don't sleep well on planes anyway. But
I don't either at all. I get a lot of work done on planes.
I don't.
You don't?
I'm like playing games or something.
I find I get a lot of work done because I don't get the internet, so I have to can't like end up scrolling or like.
Well, it depends on the flight. Like if it's an hour flight, I think I'll like send some emails or something. But like if it's a long one, I like want to watch a movie or go to sleep, or which again I have a really hard time doing. But or like, and I don't really play games on my phone all that often. But like that's when I do. I'm just like kind of check out for a minute.
I wish on the plane on the flight I would have like started playing your music. And you would have like, heard it from McGraw staff.
These are all such great ideas. The airdrop thing, the weird, like sitting next to me and just being weird.
I should have like told the flight attendant like, hey, there's a country music star on the flight.
Funny story. We were going out. I was going out with a couple other artists and some songwriters out to California to play this benefit thing, and we were all walking on the plane at the same time because they booked our tickets, so they're all together. And we're walking on the plane, and my buddy Jackie Lee, who's a great artist, great singer. But he didn't have his guitar. He had checked his guitar, and I'm holding my guitar. He's like, hey, you need to get this guy to sing on the plane. And just like completely like threw me out there. And then all the other riders, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I just want to, get out to California. And, I was tired. Like, it was an earlier flight, and I was like, oh, and they just kept reminding the flight attendant and everything. And she got me up, and I had to like stand in the back of the plane and play.
Like over the speaker?
Yeah. And it was funny because she was just holding the phone, because it's like a little speakerphone thing, in my face, and I'm in the back of the plane, like where all this stuff is, and then this guy's in the bathroom and like trying to get out of the bathroom, and I'm in the middle of no thanks, and I'm just like, sorry, it's like, I did a shorter version, but he's just like looking in my eyes the whole time, and like I finished and like turn around, and it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? It was one of the weirdest experiences.
Do people like come up to you after? Do they like?
No, it's about like getting off the plane regularly. Everybody just wants to get off the plane.
Yeah.
But there was a few people that were like, great job. The captain told me I did a great job.
Aw,
and,
that's sweet.
They gave me some free drink tickets, which was pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah. My dad always said, if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Like,
at least get drink tickets.
I need some drink tickets for this performance.
Right. It was just a strange thing. And I don't know. I feel like I'm always that guy. I think it's because I react the way I do, but it's just like,
if I'm ever on a flight with you, I'm gonna do that next time.
No, I'll jump out. Start packing a parachute.
Like that guy up there, he needs to sing.
I'll just turn my airdrop off and you can't find me.
Airdrop. What a beautiful tool.
I know.
I'm gonna get you with it one time.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I feel like, because you travel a lot too.
Mhm. So maybe I'll see you in an airport again.
Yeah, I will now keep my airdrop on. just in case.
Yeah. But now you know who I am, so it won't be as
Yeah,
fun.
it won't be as funny, but
Yeah.
you should have went for it.
I should have.
If it ever happens with somebody else, you have to go for it.
I get really nervous and awkward and scared, so I feel like I would have sat by you and like ended up just being like extra weird.
Yeah. But it still would have been awesome to like have that feeling.
Yeah.
And then I walk in here, I'm like, oh, there she is again.
Like,
We have to sit here and do this. It's like, so what do you want to talk about?
You probably would be
How
like,
weird you were on the plane? That weird thing you did with the peanuts? But yeah, that was such an interesting day coming back. I was so tired, and I wouldn't have maybe put that together, like regardless, because I was so out of it. And it was a quick trip, but it was a lot of ground covered in a quick trip, and I just feel like that I would have been just kind of oblivious to it.
Yeah. See, and I didn't know if you know who I was either.
I don't
Like
think I would.
you probably wouldn't have, but we had like talked and scheduled this interview. So I'm like, what if he like somehow was like, oh, or if like something came up on my phone and you're like, you like saw it and we're like, oh.
So, interview's canceled.
Or like you emailed me and I got the notification. I don't know.
Oh, that would have
Like,
been
sitting
weird.
right there,
If
you're
I
like-
emailed you like, hey, just make sure we're still good for next Tuesday.
Yeah, hey, just making sure we're good. And like,
Yeah.
Oops.
That would have been amazing.
All right. Well, do you want to play us one more song?
Yeah, this is a song that was played on the airplane, and this is a single off my record called "Songs from a Bar," which you can find on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music. I think we're on Pandora.
Do you ever listen to your own Pandora station?
No, I don't listen to Pandora very often at all, actually.
I only listen to it in the morning, and I always listen to Cody Johnson Radio,
Mm-hmm.
which gives me a nice
Blend.
blend of the Texas country guys. But I was gonna listen to yours. I'm always interested to see like what they categorize.
Well, now
their
I'm
music
curious
as,
too. It's like,
or like who they blend you.
who are
with.
they lumping me in with?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yeah. Okay, now I have to do that.
Do you ever look at this is good, your like Spotify like fans also like?
Yeah, and I know a lot of those guys. I'm like, okay, well, this makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'll be interested to see the Pandora because I know it's like completely different. I don't know why. I'm just like, I tend to be more of a Spotify user, and I use Apple Music too. But I feel I'm like a very like minimalist person about like having too much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I have a bunch of junk at my house when I say this, but it's like, you know, the great example is like the iWatch. I don't always want to be connected to something. The disconnecting does good for me. So it's like, why do I need 16 different streaming services? You know, and I understand like as an artist you want to keep up with all that stuff, but it's like it's just too much.
It's a lot. Yeah, but now you're gonna have to listen to your own Pandora station.
Yeah.
I'll give
I
it
gotta.
a listen. I almost switched up, but I've been listening to the Cody Johnson one for like 2 years in the morning.
Wouldn't it be really sad if I was the only thing on my station? It's like, yeah, you don't get to play with anybody else.
That would be really sad.
Yeah, it would.
Well, all right.
Here we go. No neon, no smoke, no cold beer, no dirty jokes, no country cuties, no cheap drinks, no good no yous, no thanks. I wanna go where the night's gonna go. Jukebox old band playing solid country gold, yep. Feeling big city gone, getting nitty gritty on with the pretty cherry bomb on the dance floor. I wanna feel the way it makes me feel when the good times roll. Ain't reinventing the wheel, no. Gotta say that's my kind of place. So if it is, I'm all in. If it ain't, no thanks. Bottle service, VIP. It's overrated if you ask me. DJ spinning, fill in the blanks. Well, thank you kindly, but no thanks. I wanna go where the night's gonna go. Jukebox old band playing solid country gold, yep. Feeling big city gone, getting nitty gritty on with the pretty cherry bomb on the dance floor. I wanna feel the way it makes me feel when the good times roll. Ain't reinventing the wheel, no. Gotta say that's my kind of place. So if it is, I'm all in. If it ain't, no thanks. Don't wanna have to go too far, 'cause I've been working too damn hard. Just wanna throw this truck in park where a bar is a bar is a bar. I wanna go where the night's gonna go. Jukebox or a band playing solid country gold, yeah. Feeling big city gone, getting Travis Tritt on with the pretty cherry bomb on the dance floor. I wanna feel the way it makes me feel when the good times roll. Ain't reinventing the wheel, no. Gotta say that's my kind of place. So if it is, I'm all in. If it ain't, no thanks.
I'm so happy you played that song. I have a game for you.
All right.
It's
what
called
is it?
All In or No Thanks.
I love it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to give you some softballs to start, but then we're going to get some...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Get down to the issues. Okay.
Yeah. Shotgunning a beer.
You know, there was a time I would have been all in up until very recently, but something happened. It was a terrible accident. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I somehow lost the mojo. And it's embarrassing for me to do it now because I can't, of course, I've got some friends that are like absolute ninjas at shotgun and beer, but I'm going to go ahead and say no thanks on that one.
Okay.
Heavy-heartedly.
Okay. Going out on Broadway.
No thanks.
No thanks.
I played down there for 2 years, and it's changed so much, and I occasionally get a wild hair, like go to Roberts or something, but like I don't,
Don't find you down there.
No thanks.
A Lil Wayne concert.
All in.
All in.
I've never been, would love to go. I think lyrically he's one of the better rappers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
What do they call him?
Wheezy.
I don't know.
Yeah, what were you asking the question then?
Ketchup on a hot dog.
Yes. All in. Sorry. I like to buy a vowel.
Horror movies.
No thanks.
Oh.
I used to love them. I used to go all the time, but now it's just like it's not that it scares me so much or I get jumpy or anything. It's just I start thinking too much.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Yes.
Probably Shawshank Redemption.
I've never seen that.
Oh my gosh, go.
Okay.
Leave now. Go do it. I'll finish up.
Okay, unsweet tea.
No thanks.
No, you
What's
like
the
sweet
point?
tea?
Oh yeah, I'm from the South. Got to.
Working out in the morning.
All in.
All in.
I feel better throughout the day. Though lately I've been working out at night, and it's been kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
Wearing myself down, but get started your day like that. Like I feel good about it. Yeah. All in.
All in. Okay. Online shopping for clothes.
No thanks. It never fits. You have to send it back. It's just annoying. It really is. Well, unless I have this thing. I shop on eBay for vintage 90s country face tees.
Ooh.
I have quite the collection.
I got a good Garth Brooks one.
Ooh, I see. I've been looking for a good Garth one. I haven't found the one yet.
Ooh, I got mine at a music festival that Lil Wayne actually played at, and it was the only country artist they had there because it was like a pop-up shop, and they had it, and it was like a large. So they like cut it like a little crop,
wow.
And it's super cute now.
That's cool.
But gotta get
I'm trying to picture the festival that Garth and Lil Wayne would be at together. But
Garth wasn't there.
Oh.
It was just like a vintage shop that had a Garth Brooks.
Oh, I thought
tee.
Garth and Lil Wayne was playing in the same place. My bad.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
Maybe.
I would go. Doggies. Dogs sleeping in bed with humans.
Mixed I have very mixed feelings about that. I get so hot when I sleep anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no thanks.
No thanks.
It's just like sleep on the floor, come in and say hey in the morning, then dog go about your day. Let me go about mine.
Do you have a dog?
No, but I've
Maybe
dated
your
people with
dogs
dogs.
will change if you
Maybe,
have a
yeah, but like I always worried like I'll roll over and squish them or something.
Are you planning on getting a small dog?
No, but I mean they're small sometimes. Like puppies are small. I don't know. Yeah, like it depends on the dog, I guess. If it's a giant dog, then no. Like there's not enough room for me.
Small dog, you're gonna squish it, so
Right.
just no thanks.
Or fall out of my bunk bed. I don't have a bunk bed.
I'm just gonna ask.
I don't know where I got that.
I'm losing it.
I've had too much coffee today.
Okay. Pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh, we'll lose man points here, but I'm all in on that. I randomly tried one a couple years ago out of curiosity, because I was making a lot of fun of it, and then I tried it, and unfortunately, I really liked it. I don't go every day. I live right behind a Starbucks, and I don't go every day, in the fall, but there's something about it every once in a while. I have to go in disguise and just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a pumpkin spice latte. But it's good. It tastes good. I like pumpkin pie too, so I think that's what it makes me think of.
Yeah, the fall.
All in.
All in. All right. What? That's all I got.
Oh really? That's the big one to end on.
Really?
It's like, oh great, cool.
You want me to end on something else? I have a few more, but I just pepper on cottage cheese.
No thanks to all of that.
Cottage cheese in general.
Cottage cheese, no thanks. I like blue cheese, but yeah, I like to dip blue cheese in crackers or crackers in blue cheese.
Oh, yeah, that seems pretty normal. Hugging someone when you first meet them.
I'm a hugger. All in.
All in.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
This is good. No, this is great.
That's great.
Oh, I got one for you.
Right.
Clothes on pets, like dogs and cats. Okay, same.
I'm not a big, unless it's like for a costume contest.
Right. And there's a cash
on.
prize.
Yes, there's a cash prize.
For the money, I
We're
will dress
both
my dog up.
dressing
Yeah.
And we're making custom costumes, or we're gonna go win the money.
That's funny. We went to the Sounds game last night, and it was dog night.
Ah.
And it's funny because there was dogs walking around in clothes. I'm just like, I feel so weird about this, and I don't know why, but it's just always been a thing for me. It's like, I know.
I'm not big on the dogs.
Let them be free.
Yeah, just let them be.
Yeah.
Give them a cute collar.
Right. They're all wearing bandanas now. A bunch of little hipster dogs.
So cute.
Yeah.
They can match their. You can have one, and your dog can have one.
Yeah. No thanks.
No. Nope. All right. Well, where can people follow you?
Okay. On Instagram, it is at Brinley Addington. Facebook.com/Brinley Addington. On Twitter, it's at Brinley_. YouTube.com/Brinley Addington. And Brinley spelled Brinley. My website is BrinleyAddington.com. You can check out our new music video for No Thanks on YouTube or on CMT.com, and it's on the 12-pack countdown, and you can go on the 12-pack countdown website at CMT and vote for No Thanks. That would be awesome. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on to Inside the Noize.
Thank you for having me.
That's it.
That's it. I'm going to leave now.